Functions of parenchyma completed. Yes. What is the function of parenchyma? Parenchyma involved in photosynthesis. Yes. Whose cells of the parenchyma perform photosynthesis? The parenchyma cells will not perform photosynthesis. The parenchyma cells having chloroplast perform photosynthesis. The parenchyma cells with the chloroplast are called as parenchyma with the chloroplast. That is called as Chlorenchyma. Chlorenchyma is also kind of parenchyma having chloroplast. What is the main function of parenchyma? Storage. The main function of parenchyma is storage of food materials or any other thing. Waste materials or food materials are stored by parenchyma cells. They are also involved in secretion. Next, the parenchyma cells also help in buoyancy. The parenchyma cells are having large intercellular spaces. Parenchyma with large intercellular spaces. Such kind of parenchyma is called as Aerenchyma. So Aerenchyma help in buoyancy. Aerenchyma cells help in buoyancy in hydrophytes. Buoyancy means free floating. Aerenchyma is also a parenchyma with large intercellular spaces. So that is about parenchyma. Next to parenchyma, that is Chlorenchyma. What is Chlorenchyma? It is also a simple tissue and also a living tissue, but provide mechanical support. It is a simple tissue and also a living tissue, provide mechanical support. Such kind of simple tissue is called as Chlorenchyma. In which plant parts Chlorenchyma is absent? Chlorenchyma is absent in monocot stem, monocot leaf, and also in all roots. That is, in both the dicot and monocot roots, Chlorenchyma is absent. Chlorenchyma tissue is absent in dicot root, monocot leaf, and also in dicot leaf. Monocot leaf and monocot stem. It is present in dicot stem and dicot leaf. Where Chlorenchyma is located in dicot stem? The Chlorenchyma is present beneath the epidermis. In dicot stem, it is present beneath the epidermis, which is called as hypodermis. So in dicot stem, the hypodermis is made up of Chlorenchyma tissue. Where it is located? Beneath the epidermis. So this is epidermis. Beneath the epidermis having Chlorenchyma. The Chlorenchyma is generally without intercellular spaces. So this is Chlorenchyma, called as hypodermis. This is epidermis. It is present beneath the epidermis in the form of hypodermis. So in dicot stem, the hypodermis is made up of only Chlorenchyma tissue. In dicot stem, the hypodermis is present in the form of homogeneous layer. Homogeneous layer means all the cells are made up of Chlorenchyma in hypodermis, or sometimes found in the form of patches like. The Chlorenchyma is either homogeneous layer or patches. Homogeneous means it is entirely composed of Chlorenchyma, or sometimes it is associated with parenchyma. So it is found in the form of patches like. It is homogeneous layer or in the form of patches like. What is the shape of the cells in Chlorenchyma? The cells are spherical in shape, oval in shape, and also polygonal shape. The Chlorenchyma cells are spherical, oval, or polygonal, generally without intercellular spaces. In Chlorenchyma, the cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectin. Very, very important point. The cell wall of the Chlorenchyma is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectin-like compounds. This is Chlorenchyma. They are spherical in shape or oval in shape or polygonal in shape. The cell wall is deposited with cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectin-like compounds. More cell wall material was deposited at the corners. This is the corner of the cell. More cell wall material. Cell wall material means this one. What is the cell wall material in Chlorenchyma? Cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectin. That was deposited more at the corners. The cell wall material was deposited more at the corners. So cells are generally without intercellular spaces. Cell wall material was deposited more at the corners. So generally cells are with or without intercellular spaces. Chlorenchyma cells are living or dead? Living, having vacuolated protoplasm. The cells are living, having vacuolated protoplasm. So this is vacuole. The empty space is called as vacuole. And this is nucleus. Having vacuolated protoplasm. So this is vacuole. The cells are living, having vacuolated protoplasm. The center of the cell is occupied by a large vacuole. Why the vacuole is occupied at the center? Because these cells are mature or immature cells. Mature cells. These are mature cells. We discuss about mature cell. Parenchyma, Chlorenchyma are the mature cells. But sometimes the Chlorenchyma cells also having chloroplast and perform photosynthesis. The Chlorenchyma cells which are having chloroplast also perform photosynthesis. Generally, Chlorenchyma cells are without chloroplast. They provide mechanical support. But in young dicot stem, the Chlorenchyma cells also having chloroplast and perform photosynthesis only in young stems. Chlorenchyma also having chloroplast. Next, what is the function of Chlorenchyma? Chlorenchyma provide mechanical support to plant parts. Particularly, Chlorenchyma provide mechanical support to the petiole of the dicot leaf. Petiole of the dicot leaf. And also provide mechanical support to young stem. Young dicot stem. Provide mechanical support to petiole of the dicot leaf and also to young dicot stem. So here Chlorenchyma is present in dicot stem beneath the epidermis in the form of hypodermis. So in dicot stem, the hypodermis is made up of Chlorenchyma cell. The Chlorenchyma cells may be homogeneous or in the form of patches like. The cell wall of the Chlorenchyma is mainly composed of cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. Cell wall material was deposited more at the corners. So generally Chlorenchyma cells are with or without intercellular spaces. What is the shape of Chlorenchyma cell? They may be spherical, they may be oval or they may be polygonal in shape. Generally Chlorenchyma is present only in dicot stem and also in dicot leaf. Also absent in roots. Also absent in monocot leaf and monocot stem. What is the function of Chlorenchyma in dicot stem and dicot leaf? Provide mechanical support to the petiole of the young dicot leaf and also provide mechanical support to the young stem. The Chlorenchyma cells which are having chloroplast also perform photosynthesis. Next, a complex Sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma. It is also a simple tissue. But it is a dead tissue, not living. Provide mechanical support. It is a simple tissue, but it is a dead tissue and provide mechanical support. So both Chlorenchyma and Sclerenchyma provide mechanical support. So these two types of tissues may also be called as mechanical tissues. So what are mechanical tissues? Both Chlorenchyma and Sclerenchyma. But Chlorenchyma is a living tissue that provide mechanical support, but Sclerenchyma is a dead tissue provide mechanical support. Where Sclerenchyma is located? Sclerenchyma is located beneath the epidermis in monocot stem in the form of hypodermis. In monocot stem, the hypodermis is made up of Sclerenchyma. In dicot stem, the hypodermis is made up of Chlorenchyma. So where it is located? In the form of hypodermis in monocot stem. It is present in monocot stem as a hypodermis. And also around vascular bundles. Around vascular bundle. That is as bundle sheath. And also present as pericycle in dicot stem. Sclerenchyma is present in the form of pericycle in dicot stem. It is present around the vascular bundle in monocot stem as bundle sheath, and is also present in the form of hypodermis in monocot stem. in pericycle as in pericycle in dicot stem, having sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma are long, narrow cells with thick lignified walls. They are long, narrow cells with thick lignified walls, having few or numerous pits. So the sclerenchyma cells having many pits. Pits means pores. Pit is nothing but pore. This is sclerenchyma. So these are called as pits, having numerous pits. And this is called as empty space, called as lumen. As the sclerenchyma cells are dead cells, they are devoid of protoplasm. The center of the cell having an empty space, that is called as lumen. The cell wall is more thickened due to the deposition of lignin. Here and there also having pits. So it has a few pits or numerous pits. Either few or numerous pits are present in sclerenchyma cells. So these are the pits. Generally in sclerenchyma, the cell wall is mainly composed of lignin, because these are dead cells having secondary cell wall. If it is made up of primary cell wall, only cellulose is present. The cells which are having secondary cell wall also having either lignin or cutin or suberin-like compound. But in sclerenchyma, the cell wall is composed of lignin. It is a secondary cell wall material. Secondary cell wall material, that is lignin, is present in the cell wall of sclerenchyma. They are lignified walls which are very thick. Based on variation in form, structure, origin, and development. Based on variation in form, structure, origin, and development, sclerenchyma is divided into two types of cells. Two kinds of cells, that is nothing but fibers and scleroids. They are divided into two kinds of cells, that is nothing but fibers and scleroids. On which basis they are divided into two types? That is important. They are divided into two types based on variation in form, structure, origin, and development of the cells. That is important. First, fibers. Fibers are long elongated cells with thick lignified walls. Having tapering ends. Tapering means pointed. The ends are pointed in Sclerenchyma. That is in fibers. So these are the fibers. They are long elongated cells with the pointed ends. This is pointed end. The cell wall is more thick and is made up of lignin. This is lignified wall. The cells are devoid of protoplasm. So they are dead cells or living cells? They are dead cells. Devoid of protoplasm. Devoid means without protoplasm. So having a central cavity that is called as lumen. Next, another important point regarding fiber. The fibers are generally present in groups in various parts of the plant body. They are found in the form of groups. A group of cells are present at different parts of the plant body. They are present in cortex. They are present in pith. They are present in endodermis. So different parts of the plant body, generally they are found in the form of groups like. They are found in groups in various parts of the plant body. They are present in groups in various parts of the plant body. That is about fibers. Fibers are long elongated cells with thick lignified walls having tapering ends. The cell walls are more thicker due to the deposition of lignin. This is cell wall made up of lignin. The cells are without protoplasm, having an empty space called as lumen. Generally, these cells are found in groups in various parts of the plant body. So that is about fiber. What is fiber? A cell of Sclerenchyma. It is one of the kind of Sclerenchyma cell. Next, scleroids. What is the shape of scleroid? They are spherical, oval, or cylindrical shaped cells. Spherical, oval, polygonal shaped cells are Chlorenchyma cells. Spherical, oval, and cylindrical shaped cells are nothing but scleroids of Sclerenchyma. Scleroids of Sclerenchyma. Cell wall is more thickened due to deposition of lignin. The cell wall is more thickened due to the deposition of lignin, having very narrow cavity. Very narrow cavity. What is the name of narrow cavity? Lumen. having very narrow cavity, that is called as lumen. So this is scleroids. So from here to here, this is cell wall made up of lignin. This is only cavity, that is called as lumen. So it is more thickened lignified walls with a narrow cavity, that is called as lumen. These are pits. This one. Next, where scleroids are located? Scleroids are present in fruit wall of nut. What is the another name for fruit wall? Pericarp. What is nut? Nut is a nut. What is nut? It is a kind of fruit. That is cashew nut. That is nothing but cashew nut. So this is nut. This is false fruit and this is a true fruit. Nut is nothing but true fruit. In nut, the entire pericarp is hard and stony because of made up of scleroids. The entire pericarp is stony, hard and stony like because of having Sclerenchyma cells in the form of scleroids. The fruit wall in nut and also the pulp of guava, pear plant and sapota plant. The pulp of guava, pear and sapota having scleroids. What is pulp? Pulp is fleshy part of the fruit. Pulp is nothing but the fleshy part of the fruit. In guava, which is edible? Pulp is edible. In guava, which is edible? Pulp is edible. In banana, which is edible? Pulp is edible. The fleshy part of the fruit. The pulp of banana, pear and sapota having scleroids. And scleroids also present in seed coat. In which plant? In legume plants. That is in pea plant and bean plant. Seed coat of legume plants like pea plant and bean plant also having scleroids. So the pea and bean plants, the seeds undergoes dormancy. The water will not enter into the seed because of having hard seed coat. And the seed coat is very hard due to the made up of scleroids. And also the leaves in tea plant. Leaves in tea plant also having scleroids. This is very, very important for matching. The fruit wall in nut, that is nothing but pericarp. The pulp of the fruits like guava, pear and sapota, and the seed coat of legume plants also having scleroid, and the leaves in tea plant also having scleroids. What is scleroid? It is one kind of cell of Sclerenchyma. What is fiber? It is a cell of Sclerenchyma. So sclerenchyma is divided into two different kinds of tissue cells, that is nothing but fibers and scleroids. So that is about sclerenchyma. Where sclerenchyma is located? It is present in the form of hypodermis in monocot stem, not dicot. Monocot stem having sclerenchyma, dicot stem hypodermis is made up of chlorenchyma. And where it is also present in sclerenchyma is also present around the vascular bundle in monocot stem in the form of bundle sheath. It is also present in the form of pericycle in dicot stem. Next, complex tissues. Complex tissues. What is complex tissue? A tissue composed of different kinds of cells. A tissue made up of different kinds of cells. But all the cells perform a common function mostly a common function. Tissue made up of different kinds of cells and perform a particular function. Different kinds of cells and perform a particular function. Such kind of tissue is called as complex tissue. Complex tissue may also be called as vascular tissue. The vascular tissue forms vascular bundles in plants. Vascular tissue forms vascular bundles. Complex tissue or vascular tissue is of two types. That is nothing but xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem. First, xylem. What is the old name of xylem? Old name of xylem? Hydrome. The old name of xylem is nothing but hydrome. What is the definition for xylem? A complex tissue helpful for conduction of water, minerals, and also help in provide mechanical support. A complex tissue helpful for the translocation of water and minerals. A complex tissue helpful for the translocation of water and minerals and also provide mechanical support to plant parts. And also provide mechanical support to plant parts. Provide mechanical support to plant parts. That is called as complex tissue. That is xylem. What is the another definition for xylem? Another definition for xylem. A complex tissue composed of different kinds of dead cells. Xylem is composed of different kinds of dead cells commonly. A complex tissue composed of dead cells is nothing but xylem. What are the cells present in xylem? Xylem is composed of tracheids. Xylem vessels. Xylem fibers. And xylem parenchyma. So like that, the xylem is composed of 4 different kinds of cells. Tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem fibers, and xylem parenchyma. Tracheids, xylem vessels, and xylem fibers are the dead cells in xylem. Only xylem parenchyma is living. It is composed of living cells. So majority of the xylem cells are made up of dead cells, except xylem parenchyma. Next one, tracheids. Tracheids are elongated or tube-like cells with thick lignified walls. Having tapering ends. They are elongated or tube-like cells with thick lignified walls having tapering ends. That is the definition for tracheid. This is tracheid. They are tube-like or elongated cells with a tapering end. This is tapering end or pointed end. The cell walls are thickened due to the deposition of lignin. These are lignified cell walls. This is cell wall made up of lignin. Next, the end walls of the tracheids are non-perforated. The end walls of the tracheids are non-perforated. Perforation means pores. As it has a tapering ends, no pores are present at the end of the tracheids. The end walls of the tracheids are without pores. That is called as non-perforated. Very, very important point. The end walls of the tracheids are without perforations or without pores. Next, another important point. The inner walls of the tracheids shows various kinds of thickenings. Inner walls of the tracheids. The inner walls of the tracheids shows different kinds of thickenings. Or scalariform thickening, reticulate thickening, or simple pits, also having bordered pits. Like different kinds of thickenings are present in outer or inner wall of the tracheids. Inner wall of the tracheids. The inner wall of the tracheids shows different kinds of thickenings. Example, bordered pits. So these are the bordered pits. These are the thickenings of the inner walls of the tracheids. These are called as bordered pits. Pit means pore. You see in textbook also, you have many bordered pits. Next, tracheids are the main water conducting channels in both the pteridophyta and gymnosperms. In pteridophyta and gymnosperm, the conduction of water mainly takes place through tracheids. In pteridophyta and also in gymnosperms, conduction of water mainly takes place through tracheids only. That is about tracheids. Next, xylem vessels. Just continue tomorrow.